Hey guys, welcome to the Q&A for 1,000 subscribers. I decided to do a voiceover for this because typing it all out in text just didn't sound like fun for me or for anyone else watching it. No promises that the voiceover will be very good. I'm not very experienced in them, but let's get right into the questions. First one from Tabby Oya. Who's your best friend? Online would probably be Ellie. Who's your greatest inspiration? For editing, I think a lot of times just generally music in general really gets me wanting to edit and inspires me to edit things. As for like editing style, generally usually Hobbit edits and people like that I watch often. I really like their editing style and that inspires me to edit. Aside from Wingfeather and Lord of the Rings, what's your favorite book series? It kind of changes around a lot, as everyone probably knows, but I think one of my favorites that usually stays pretty high on my list is the Spirit Flyer series by John Bibby. I really like that series. It really introduced me into reading, and I could keep rereading it over and over and over, and I would still enjoy it. Next few questions from Thags and Yarn. What are some of your favorite illustrators, or where did you get inspiration for your art style? I think I don't know if I have like a specific favorite illustrator. I have a lot that the thing is with my art, I really just have a ton of different art references or art styles saved under a Pinterest board that I really like, and then I usually just end up just generally taking little bits and pieces I like of it and using that to inspire the art style or what I'm drawing. Besides Arthur, which character is your favorite to draw? I don't know if this counts, but I love drawing Grimner because his ears are just adorably large, and I love to make them move with his different expressions. And I also really, really like his little green hoodie because I just think that's a really fun touch. A question from Adwing Airwear. Do you have any hobbies outside of editing, reading, drawing, writing, etc.? And if so, what are they? I can't think of any hobbies I have outside of what I do there. And then, do you want a cookie? Yes, I always want a cookie. That's important. Next, the questions from Peanut Butter Hobgoblin. How did you discover edits? So I discovered them through the platform or forum called the Flophouse, and people would share edits they would find on YouTube. A lot of Mystic Forests edits and Star Feathers edits. And then I would watch them when I joined there, and I started getting more into it, and that really is what inspired me to start editing. Do you remember the first edit you ever did? I believe it was the Hello My Old Heart Wingfeather Saga edit that's really, really old. Despite not uploading that one first, it was the first one I ever did. It took so long because I was not used to using editing software, but it has good memories. Did you always like books, or was it an acquired taste? Yeah, for a long time I hated reading, and everyone struggled with getting me to read because I just didn't enjoy it. But then I found like the one book that set it off, and that was The Tale of Despero. I read that, and I remember thinking it was such a big, thick book when I was little, and it took me probably a good 2 or 3 weeks to read, but I really enjoyed it while reading it, and I think that's what really started me reading. Who here in this community did you meet first? Gee. I know that I knew a lot of people beforehand from just knowing them from Flophouse and then them crossing over to YouTube and stuff. But I think the first person I probably interacted with on here was either Cal or Ellie, one of them. I can't remember which. A question from Tucker, Texas Ranger. What's your favorite car? I don't know if I have a favorite car. I don't think I ever put much thought into that, so I'm not sure. A question from Patriot Pups. are you going to write a book about your OCs? Yes. So it's not fan fiction. It is my own original story that I've been playing with for far too long, and it needs to be finished and written out, but I do hope to create a book on it and publish it at some point. Question from The Real Crazy Caribou, or Ellie. Who is better, Bilbo or Arthur? Oh no. Bilbo and Arthur are two of my top favorites, and like they switch places all the time, but I think at the moment Arthur is at the top, just after watching the new Wingfeather season and rereading the books and just like getting re-obsessed with all that. And then the Silmarillion or the Hobbit. Ooh. It kind of depends, because the Silmarillion is so much like deeper and just so much lore with all that, and the Hobbit is just so beautifully simple and everything. I really like both of them, but I think I may sometimes enjoy The Hobbit just a little bit more just because of the simplicity of it, and it's easy to just read or watch or just think about instead of all the lore that goes behind the Silmarillion. And then, let's see here. Next question is from Emily Sands. How would you rank all the book series you've read? I'm not sure if this means like all the books ever read, what their ranking is, but when I rate books, I use like a system of like 1 to 5 stars kind of thing. If a book's really good, I might give it 6 stars, like Wingfeather or Legacy of the Time Stones by Brittany Fichter. I really liked those two. And then if a book is like really, I didn't enjoy it, I'll give it like 2 or 3 stars. Normally 1 to 2 stars. Also, I've been thinking about reading the Silmarillion. Is it any good? Okay, so I'm gonna be totally honest. I have not finished reading the Silmarillion. It's really bad. I need to finish it. I enjoy when I do pick it up. I enjoy reading it, but it does take a long time for me to pick it up again. I'll do it like read a ton of it, and then I'll get bored and I'll end up reading something else. But I think if you want to get really deep into the lore of Tolkien, it's really amazing. I love the characters. I love all the fan art, all the stuff like that for it. But if you're just wanting something fun and easy to read, then the Silmarillion is not what you're going to want to read. And a question from Throne Warden 22. What is your favorite way to drink coffee? That's fun. I've grown up drinking it with just like a little bit of creamer and plenty of sugar. Yeah, and it's just simple like that. And then favorite tea. Oh man, it's Rooibos tea or PG Tips. They're both, I think Rooibos tea comes from South Africa, if I remember right, because my grandparents are from there, and it's a whole thing that we all love Rooibos tea and stuff. And then PG Tips is like an English tea, I think. But either way, both are really good. I really like them, and I need to drink more tea. More questions from Sophie Wingfeather. Who's your favorite female character and your favorite male character? I think my favorite female character. I don't really have favorite female characters usually, but I think some that I really enjoy are either, I don't know if, I like Arendelle because I just like to generally I just like her and Arthur's romance and stuff. I think that's really sweet. But I think just on their own, I really like Claire from Heirs of Neverland. I think she was a really interesting and fun character, and I loved her whole backstory and everything. That was really sweet. And I also liked Erin from Legacy of the Time Stones. I like how she was viewed weak by most people, but she was so tough and really sweet and had a great heart, and I really like her. Favorite male character is Arthur. I don't. I mean, was I really gonna choose anyone else? I don't think so. Favorite movie. I think Fellowship of the Ring is probably one of my personal favorites ever because it just has some of the best memories. I love all the Lord of the Rings movies, but Fellowship of the Ring just really, I just have great memories of watching it and getting into it and everything. And then what is your aesthetic? Ooh, I'm not so good with aesthetics. I like certain ones, and I just generally like certain pictures. I don't know if like fantasy aesthetic, but more, I really like dark academia, but not like creepy dark. It's just the name of it, and I also like, I think it's called Goblin Core, but I'm not sure. But I really like those two. I think they're fun. Questions from Kalmar Fanatic. What's your dream job? I really want to become an author. I hope to do that at some point. If I stop procrastinating writing the next chapter, I might get there someday. What real animal would you want to own if it was legal? Oh man, there's so many. I've always thought that owning a panther would just be really fun because I've seen videos of them and of people rescuing them, and they have these big eyes and they look so cute, and they're also like kind of dangerous in a way. And I like the idea of that. What's one talent you wish you were good at? That's a really good question. I would love to either be able to play an instrument really well, because I just think that's something that would just be generally fun and you could use it for a lot of different things. Or I would like to be really good at like bow and arrow and archery or sword fighting or something like that that would relate to fantasy. Another, who's better, Arthur or Bilbo? Like I said with Ellie's, right now Arthur is on top, but it can change very easily. High Queen Star Warden asks, opinion on the Star Wars prequels. That's a really good one. I don't personally... Okay, it's the prequels. Okay, so if I remember correctly, the prequels are like Obi-Wan and Anakin and all them, and then the sequels would be the newer ones. I love the prequels, personally. I remember watching the original trilogy, and then we went back when I was a little older and we watched the prequels. I really enjoyed them. I like Obi-Wan and Anakin and all them, and I think they're really fun characters. So I like the prequels. Queen of Moosin asks, favorite animal or color? My favorite animal, ooh. Are we talking fantasy or real life? Because for fantasy, my favorite one would have to be a griffin. I love griffins, they're just really fun. Real life, oh man. Probably either Obi, our dog, counts. The little grumpy fluff ball. He's probably one of my favorites. And then I also I've always just kind of liked panthers or wolves or something like that. I think they're cool. Those are some of my favorites. And for color, green. I really like a grayish green. That's one of my favorite colors. Are you planning on publishing Writing with Flames? Yes, I am. If I stop procrastinating writing the next chapter, because it's really getting bad. And then Copycats asks, what job do you want? I would love to be an author. Again, I would really like that. What is your favorite food? Oh, I really love food. I think some of my favorites would have to be tacos. I like meat in general. It tastes good to me. And probably just like general dessert, cake, cookies, all that good stuff. Who is one of your worst or least favorite characters in Wingfeather? Ooh, I have a hard time choosing least favorite characters. I don't know why. But of course, everybody hates Bonifer, because Bonifer's awful, and he's a little... no one likes Bonifer. Bonifer is probably one of my least favorites. And she also asked, I also agree with Texas Ranger about the car. Again, I don't know. I don't think I've ever put much thought into anything to do with cars, so I'm not sure. And lastly, Stars Bookshelves asks, what book are you currently reading? Ooh, that's a good one. I am currently reading Wishtress by Nadine Brandes. I think that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. And I just started it yesterday, and it's pretty good so far, and I really enjoyed it. One I just finished was The Curious Realities Duology by Sarah Ellen, and that one was so good. I don't even know how I'm ever going to move on from that. But 2, if you had to pick between Erwiar and Arda, what would you pick? Oh man, that's such a hard question because it flips from time to time. A month or two ago, I probably would have said Arda because I was really into Lord of the Rings again, but then right now I'm really into Wingfeather. So right now, I would choose Erwiar because I mean, like, Artham's in Erwiar, and I could meet Artham and stuff, and that would be amazing. But anyways, 3, if you could be any race in any world in any series, what would it be? Oh my goodness, that's a hard one. Oh man, I would I think overall I would still choose Hobbit, despite really being annoying for at the moment. I think I would just love to live in a cozy little hole and have it be socially acceptable to not generally enjoy other people and just have lots of good food and love books and have it just be like, okay, normal for you to just stay in your hobbit hole the whole time. And I mean, I just think that'd be fun. And I love hobbit clothes. I think they're so cute and fun. 4, if you were a goddess in a pantheon, what would you be the goddess of? I don't know what a pantheon is, but if I had to choose something to be the goddess of, I think, oh man, there's so many different things. I would love to be of maybe like the sky or something like that. If not sky, then probably something to do with fire, because per A&R and stuff like that, I love the idea of being able to hold fire in your hand or wield it or something like that. It just sounds really cool. 5, beach or mountains? Mountains, probably, definitely, yeah. I like the beach, but I don't know if I could deal with, I'm not a person to enjoy the heat. I would like the cold of the mountains, so definitely mountains. And 6, are you ever going to draw my characters again? Yes, I definitely think I will, because I have adopted Airden. Airden? I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. But I have adopted him, and therefore he must be drawn again because he is now my child. And as of right now, that is all the questions that have been asked, and I hope you enjoyed the question and answer video. I'm sorry if it's a little bit stretched out or long, but I had a lot of fun making it, and thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. That's huge. I can't even wrap my head around it right now. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the questions and all the wonderful comments and everything like that. I really appreciate it. And I will see you again sometime very, very soon, I'm sure.